Welcome, everyone, to our first interview with Gianmarco. Gianmarco, welcome to this interview. Thanks for being here. And today you're going to talk a little bit about your weekly report, walk us through for the first time how it works, and talk about it. So, walk us through
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Sam, for having me here. Okay, so what I do with these weekly reports basically is a free report that I send every Sunday to the subscriber of my blog, the wheelstrategy.com blog, where I give an overview of the broad market for the previous week, the US stock market, and then I go in the specific of the four strategies that I utilize inside my community. The Option Trading Club is a Discord community. Okay, so for this week, basically what I've done and what I do every weekend, I have a look to the S&P 500, and we had quite an unreal uptrend in the last few months. I already anticipated in the last report, the previous Sunday, that we were going to see some sort of pullback. The pullback arrived, of course, that is totally normal. And this week, we have a big solid candle on Friday after 4 days of consolidation. And you see now this candle is here basically touching the trend line, this ascending trend line, and it's been already tested for a few times during the summer. So we'll see next week what is going to happen. At the moment, I don't see anything crazy or strange. It's a normal behavior for a market. Actually, it's more normal like this than what has been so far in this crazy up run. And down below, what I usually do, I like to look at the four main indices that I follow. I follow through the ETF, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq 100, the Dow Industrial, and small cap with the IWM ETF. And now we are in week 37 in 2021. And you can see there is a weakness distributing overall the entire market. We just had a little more of strength in the small caps, a little bit of rotation, but a couple of weeks ago, the small caps have been beaten a lot, so it's normal that they are going back. They are, sorry, yeah, they're bouncing a little bit. And also, what I really like to do, being an option seller, I like to have under control what is happening with the VIX. This, of course, is looking at the volatility in the market, because we all know as an option seller that the the higher is the VIX, and the richer tend to be the premiums.
Quick question, Gianmarco. If you go back up
Yeah.
on the
Yeah. Yeah.
on this trend. Yeah. So should we expect maybe this week to maybe a bounce back, since it looks that we're close to the resistance
Yeah,
line?
that's possible. You see, we had already late May, we had in June, we had in July. In August, we didn't arrive to touch the trend line. Of course, this trend line, they are just a line in the sand, they are not set in stone. Is the best we can do to make some sort of prediction. But yeah, you see, drawing this trend line, on Friday we had this strong rent candle, and the market, the price is just there. So next week on Monday, Tuesday, two possible outcomes. Either the price bounce from here and we are good, at least for the moment, or either we lose this sort of support, and then of course that open the way for a bigger correction. But it's not just about the trend line itself, because you see now here in this green candle here, we have also a horizontal level of support. So the closer we go to that, and if we lose that, then we get in much more serious trouble, because
Right.
that will mean that we are not going with higher lows, but we are going with lower lows. So things can change really in the mood of the market.
Interesting. Interesting. So
Okay.
let's wait to see how Monday and Tuesday goes.
Yeah. That's crucial because again, if we zoom a little bit in, what I told in my previous weekly report last Sunday, it was on the Friday before this massive red candle, and I said, okay, let's see next week what is going to happen. We had 4 days of consolidation. You see, not clear direction, and then on Friday
Again.
we lost the low of the week and we went here. So next week is going to be very interesting to see what is going to happen.
Interesting. Walk us through a little bit of your closed positions that you had last week.
Yeah. Here in our Discord community, if you know me through the blog, you know I am a pure option seller. So the core of the strategy that I trade here are the cash secure put strategy, the CSP, and the wheel strategy that is very close. It's basically an extension of the CSP strategy. But really, the core is the CSP strategy. I do a lot of trading here.
Well, for me,
So
that's
what's
the sorry to interrupt, but for me, that's the first step of the wheel strategy. So you
yeah,
cash secure puts,
same, of course,
and
yes. It's the half wheel. I
exactly.
call it.
And I assume that these are stocks that you believe in them and that you like.
Absolutely, 100%. I have a full watch list of stocks that I follow every week, and I play these only. So this week, last week was very busy, crazy busy, because only September expiration. I had a lot of position, about 25, 30 position to manage. I was able to let expire few of them, let's say a third of them expire worthless for 100% profit. I had to adjust and roll the other because, of course, the market has been in red mood lately in the last couple of weeks, so I have not been able to close the majority for full profit. But that's part of the normal procedure for strategy like this. So nothing strange for me, not time to panicking at all. So this week I wanted to put down a case study here in the report because finally I was able to close a position on JD that I opened even before starting the option trading club because we launched the Discord community in late May. And so this position is not part of my official track record for the Discord community because I opened these actually on the 22nd of March 2021. And here was the chart at the time. JD, was in consolidation. Then it broke out to the upside. It went to all-time high near 108, and then a pullback.
Where was your entry position? Where did you?
I was here in the entry because this was the consolidation up here 108, then we had the earnings here and a gap down. So I waited for this consolidation. I was pretty confident that the bottom one was in and the uptrend was going to resume. So what I did here in 22 of March, I sold a cash secure put at the 80 strike. You see, this support makes sense to me at the time. And again, I was going to play this once again, no problem, because that was a good setup for me. I don't regret anything. I got 168 premium for that one contract, and my projected ROI was 31%. So that is a bread and butter setup for me. Unfortunately, of course, like always, everything looks good on paper, but then the market has different plans. And you see here what's happened after that. The JD in the following months start to go lower and lower and lower. It lost the 80 level. And during these 18 months, during these 6 months, 180 days, I had to roll 8 times and I was able to adjust the strike price down to 77 and 50. And so during this time, I really never panicked. Even if the stock went down to almost the 60s. Here we are in mid of August, then I think on the 24th we have earnings, and gap up again because of course JD is a Chinese stock. It was involved in all the news on Chinese stock, the listing, and
Right.
all the noise and rumors. But because of earnings, it went back up, and I waited for the stock to went close to expiration. And on Friday, actually, I was in front of my trading platform 30 minutes before the close. The position was at the value of 5 cents, and I bought back for 5 cents.
Beautiful.
So basically, I end up in 6 months collecting $671 out of this position, and for a total of 18% ROI. That, of course, is not 31%. But if we consider how bad the position performed during this period, if we consider that when I enter the value of JD here at the entry, if you go back up here, was 84.39. So I sold the puts at the 80, and this was the stock price at the time. And I exit, the value was 77.81, so it was 8% lower.
That's it shows how the options are. If you are able to control them well, they could forgive some bad trades.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this was a bad trade, but you were expecting it to go up. It actually went down. It went down a lot to the 60s, and you still came out in a winning position out of this. So this is great information.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You said two important truths. One, if you are able to control the trade, and actually it's important to control the trade, to control ourselves as a trader, because in these 6 months, if you don't understand the nuances of the strategy, you may panic and start to cut losses or get out for a loss on whatnot. All you have to do here is to be patient, work around the trade. I lowered the strike, I kept rolling and rolling because I was totally comfortable, because I knew the stock before entering this position. That is crucial because you need to do business with companies that you are confident. That's step number one. And but the strategy itself is very forgiving. And again, you said that is what was not a bad trade. It actually was a bad trade, but it was not a bad trade because of me, because I don't think trader can predict the future. Nobody can. The stock market is unpredictable.
If we were, we'd be millionaires right now. So
yeah, exactly, because that is the whole point for me to play option on the selling side, because I'm not here to predict what is going to happen. Of course, I do my best to assume what is going to happen. I try to put odds in my favor. At the end of the day, I don't know. Me, you, nobody know what is going to happen. What is important is to have a strategy that has a structural advantage and allow you to stay in the trade even when we move against you. And at the end of the day, not take a loss, not even break even, come away with 18% ROI. I mean,
that's great. I would take 18% any day, even on a good trade. So that's great.
Yeah, I mean, there are professional money managers. They will sell their month for this annual return. I mean, these are great numbers in my opinion.
Yeah,
so if that is a bad trade, I mean 100% with this sort of strategy, and this is why I only trade this sort of strategy. So that I think is a very informational case study that gives a sense of how powerful these sort of strategies can be.
Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem. And this is what I do really on my weekly report. I spend a couple of hours on the Sunday morning here in Italy in front of my computer, and I put down this information to really try and educate people and understand the potential of this sort of strategy. And down below then is, because again that was the month of expiration, here you will find my complete track record of all the trades that I played inside the OTC community. So far we are 53 successful trades and zero losses.
Beautiful.
And just playing one contract for one of these in the last less than 4 months, I did more than $8,000. And again, that is, little by little, collecting premium after premium, rolling after rolling, with time, consistency, staying in the game, you can get this sort of results. And of course, I have other trades that are open at the moment that I have to roll, and they are in the same situation of JD or a little worse, a little better, and that's fine. I will close them in 1 month, in 6 months, in 1 year, 2 years. I'm not in a hurry.
Right.
And but so far, what is important for me, I've been able to close all these 53 because these are realized profits. The ones that are open are unrealized loss at the moment. But for me, really is important how you manage the portfolio, and it's important the number when you close the trade, really.
That's great. Anything? Oh, I think you're scrolling down. Anything that you're eyeing for next week? Any stocks that you might be just looking at or preparing?
Yes, because the rest of the report is about the other strategy. But again, as I said, this is the core. Let me go back to my trading charting platform. I'll show you a couple of things I'm looking for next week. Be interesting also for the viewer. One is AMU. That is a company that I love, macro, and is in a massive uptrend, now turning into consolidation. And I already played this a few times inside the Discord with good success. I love this for a couple of reasons. First, we have this level of support in 70 that is really screaming at me. Then we are going into earnings, and again, earnings, of course, they are tricky. I don't like too much to have an open position where earnings are to be announced. Even if sometimes I try to play earnings once in a while, so I'm still not sure if I'm going to play before or after earnings, but pretty soon I think I'm going to go in a position with NU. And also what I like about this company is the fact that it's very liquid. So there is plenty of volume also on the weeklies. So that is number one that I'm going to look for next week. And another symbol that I want to share, I already have a position in this that I had to roll last week, and that is K-Web. This is the internet Chinese stocks. Of course, you see how China has been in the last year or so. There was this crazy up run culminating here in this top around the 100 level at the end of 2020 and then back down this way. Now it looks we are in some sort of consolidation because, of course, when we were around here, you don't know if you're going
down or up,
lower. Yeah. But now we have seen already a low here, a higher high here, now we have another low here. Of course, anything can happen, but it looks to me that we are at least in consolidation. At the moment, I opened a position, a CSP in the 50 that I rolled last week. I was just a little short to close, but again, very happy to have this position because there is a lot of premium very close to the strike. So if you are new and you have no open contract on this, I think what could be played, let me draw some line here. Yeah, for sure, because here there is also quite a high IV, because of course we are in Chinese internet, so that is to be expected. I think the 45 is a solid level.
Very interesting.
So yeah, depending on how it's going to be the price action, if it's going up the 50, you could play the 50. If it's going down a bit, you could play the 45. Plenty in your premium. Again, it's an ETF, so you're not playing single stock, it's less risky by nature. And again, here we have the weeklies with lots of volume. So that is definitely on my radar. as I said, I've already open position. So
That's great. Thank you very much for sharing that, Gianmarco.
no problem. No problem.
So, for those who are interested to subscribe to the newsletter, I'll put all the details below on the comments. Sorry, not on the comments, on the description below. If you
Yeah.
have any question, please feel free to comment. We could review maybe those questions on our next meeting with Gianmarco.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
looking forward to talk to you again, Gianmarco. Thank you very much for this
Thanks
interview.
for having me. It's been a lot of fun, like always.
All right. Have a good day. Have a good week. Happy trading, everyone.